Good afternoon, everybody. I want to welcome you here to Prog Monster. My name is Murph. I'm the host of this show, a show that is dedicated to progressive rock and other forms of rock music. So it's Tuesday night. We're doing an episode of not quite what I hoped for. So we alternate between decades and this show. So decades is about I think we're four. Are we? Yeah, we're 4 episodes into decades now, so we got 2 more before we are going to try something else. But in the meantime, this show has been alternating with it, is continuing. And basically, what this show is about is that we all have those albums that we like. We like them a lot. We may listen to them fairly regularly, but we always have this kind of feeling inside that they're not really what we thought they were going to be. They're really not up to the level that we thought we had envisioned before we bought them that they were going to be. They're good, and a lot of people like them, but they seem to be missing something that we kind of hoped would be there. It doesn't have that Grand Illusion flair to it, or, that moving pictures home run hit. It doesn't really make it to the top like you think it's going to be, but it's still a good album. So the one I've chosen to do today is Heart's Magazine. This is, to me, of those first 5 or 6 Heart albums that came out in the 70s, which were all good albums. This one is, to me, a bit of an outlier. It doesn't really fit in. It was recorded as their second studio album on Mushroom Records back when they were after their debut album, but they had a problem with Mushroom Records, so they left, and then they did Little Queen, which actually I believe came out before this album, even though this was recorded first. Now, this does have some good stuff on it. Heartless, the opening track, is one of their classic songs. I do like that song. Devil's Delight is good. Just the Wine, Without You. The Here song, Mother Earth Blues. I've Got the Music in Me. Well, from Heartless onward, Devil's Delight, those first 2 tracks I like, but from there onward, it just doesn't hold any water for me. And this was in a period of time for this band when they were punching on all strokes, because the next album was fantastic. And the first album was fantastic, but this one just doesn't have it. And, I suspect it was because they were having trouble with this label. And this label, well, this isn't actually the Mushroom label. This was the Capitol version that was released after. But the Mushroom label one, because they were not happy with what was going on, you can sense that here on this album. It just doesn't have what I've come to expect from that era of Heart. Those first 4 or 5, maybe even 6 albums. Little Queen, Dreamboat Annie, Dog and Butterfly, Baby Lestrange, all those albums. I probably missed one in there too. But this one just doesn't have that same feeling. I almost never go to this album, I've tried several times to see if I could make it happen by just playing it a lot, but it just doesn't happen. To me, this is an outlier, and I'm sure that there's people out there that like this album a lot. Maybe it's their favorite, I don't know. But for me, it just never quite turned out to be what I hoped it would be. And that's all I can say about this album. I can't really say too much more about it. The album cover's not bad, but even that is kind of weak when you look at the Little Queen cover, or you look at the debut album, even the Dog and Butterfly album. This one's kind of not that great either. It's just overall, to me, a disappointment. And to be honest, I actually believe that the members of Heart would have preferred this was never released, or would never have come out. They would have been just as happy if it just wasn't in their discography altogether. Anyways, Was produced by Mike Flicker, same producer as always, but just an outlier. Yeah. So there you have it, Hearts Magazine, an outlier, an album that isn't quite what I hoped it would be. And if you have enjoyed this episode, please hit the like and subscribe. Don't forget to hit the notification bell above me. Any comments about this album or Heart or anything that's pertaining to this channel or whatever you want, you can put that in the comment section below. And we'll be back next week when we're going to be back to Decades a Game. This will be the first one in the 21st century, in which we're doing from the year 2000 to 2009, the albums of the first decade of the 21st century. So we will see you then. Take care and have yourself a good day.